What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. So today, I wanted to talk about if GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube, will be only included on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. So right now, the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack was announced 4 years ago for the Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo decides to bring over Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack for right now. I think Nintendo's deciding to bring Nintendo Switch Online to the Nintendo Switch 2. And apparently they might bring back Virtual Console though. Because there will be NES and other retro games that will be added to the Nintendo Switch 2 and on the Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo GameCube Switch Online is only for the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, some of the other retro games are for the Nintendo Switch, but it's just only for the Switch 2, the Nintendo GameCube Switch Online. But we have Zelda Wind Waker on GameCube Switch Online, which is perfect, which is absolutely perfect. But let me know, what GameCube games do you guys want to see on the Switch 2 when it releases? Let me know in the comments below. For me, I would say Mario Kart Double Dash, Zelda Wind Waker, Twilight Princess for the Switch 2. I mean, we have a Zelda re-release game for the Switch 2, and it was Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Nintendo Switch 2. But honestly, I'm not going to buy the same game because it's re-released, and I already have it on the Nintendo Switch. So, here's the thing. If you have Zelda Breath of the Wild or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the Nintendo Switch, and if the Switch 2 is released, then you're good to go. But if you don't have it already, then you might probably get it on the Switch 2 or on the Nintendo Switch. But if you get it on the Switch 2, it might be more expensive. So I would go with the Nintendo Switch version. So what I was going to say is that when the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, the expansion pack might have more DLC because I already got the expansion pack. But I think it pretty much came out after the Nintendo Switch Online individual membership. But I have the expansion pack though. And I don't know if you can transfer data to the Nintendo Switch, to the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know about that yet. But if you guys know already, let me know in the comments below. I might probably start the Switch 2. Has, like, I don't know if it's going to have the feature or not, though, but we'll see. We'll see, because I know Nintendo 3DS used to do that, but plus, I think they might do that, which is a thing, though, because definitely, though, you can do it on, you can just transfer from Nintendo Switch, Switch Lite, or Switch OLED, but I think the Switch 2 has their own thing now, which means you may have to start the whole thing over. But as you can tell, you can play Switch games on the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, definitely we're going to have Nintendo Switch 2 edition games for the Switch. But I think I'm going to probably get some Switch games, the regular Switch versions for the Nintendo Switch. And plus, GameCube might be included on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. So for the Nintendo Switch Online members who have the expansion pack, I suggest that if you have to pay for another expansion pack for the Switch 2, I would recommend transferring data, but we may find out soon though, because I don't know what is the plan if you set up your new Switch 2, but I think Nintendo would say that you may have to buy the expansion pack again if you have the Switch 2 already. But if the Switch Online gets shut down, and if the Switch Online service was shut down on the Nintendo Switch, then yeah, I would recommend getting the expansion pack on the Switch 2 when it releases. And that would be my favorite plan to do though when the Switch 2 comes out, because I don't think the Nintendo Switch 2 would do transferring. But we'll see. We'll find out. But I think they will do, actually, as I can tell, because the Switch 2 might be easily one of the best consoles released. And plus, the Switch 2 might have games, just like the Switch has games, which I guess makes sense, though. But I'm hoping GameCube Switch Online might be able to be included on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. But I think so. I'll go with that. So I think this will wrap it up here for today's video. I really hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!